Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to talk about how to have a daily consistent yoga practice. Now that doesn't mean that you are necessarily doing a asana class, 60-minute or 90-minute asana class. Most people don't do that. If you've got the time and you want to do that, then that's fantastic. But what I'm talking about is actually integrating parts of yoga into your everyday life so that you calmer, you're happier, and you live a more purposeful life and mindful life. So tip number one is to have a body. So yoga is for everybody. There's lots of different styles of yoga classes. If we're talking about asana classes, there's strong yoga classes, more advanced yoga classes, there's the slow flow, there's vinyasa, there's yin, so many different types of yoga classes. Now if you're doing it from home, you can just jump on YouTube and you can search for yin yoga or vinyasa yoga, and I don't know, let's say if you've only got 20 minutes afterwards, yin yoga 20 minutes, and you'll find a class that suits your style of yoga and the time that you have to do it. So it's for everybody. There's lots of different styles. Yoga is not just about the asana though. So yoga really is meditation. So asana, or the actual yoga poses, are just one step to finding that deep meditation. So there's lots of other ways to find meditation as well. Using pranayama or breath work is one way, and I've got some previous videos, if you have a look on the Facebook group, I've got some previous videos on different types of pranayama and how to do it. Having a mantra or an affirmation, saying an affirmation every day to yourself first thing in the morning or before you go to bed is practicing yoga. Okay, so even that might just take a couple of minutes. With breath work as well, you really only need to do it for a couple of minutes each day to feel the benefits. Okay, so it doesn't have to be, you don't have to have a morning routine or an afternoon routine. It's good so that you have a bit of a routine so that you can make sure that you practice every day so you get into a habit. But you can do it throughout the day. So you can do deep breathing for a couple of minutes each day when perhaps if you're at work and you're feeling a bit stressed or anxious, you can just take 2 minutes out of your day to do some deep breathing. And that can really help to calm you and help you to focus, get back to it and focus on work. Some other ways to incorporate yoga into everyday life include if you walk or run when you go outside, just being more mindful of what's around you. How many times have you walked past a building or some kind of landmark, but you can never remember it? So it's about being mindful of what's around you. Try not to have huge expectations. So if you feel like you're really time poor, just do little things. So a couple of minutes each day of deep breathing, or a couple of minutes to do some mantras, or if you do go for a walk every day, try and pay attention to what's around you, pay attention to how the body's feeling, pay attention to what's going on in the mind. It may even be just when you come home from work that you lay down on your bed for 5 minutes and you just have those few minutes of stillness. So implement something that's easy to do, because if it's too hard to do, you're not going to do it. So implement something easy to do that suits you at that time. Okay, so a really full-on power vinyasa class may suit you on that day. You may feel great. I do love power vinyasa classes. They can be really fun. They can be energizing. You feel super strong and flexible after them. But then other days, it may be that you just need to sit down, find a quiet space and do some deep breathing. So don't have an expectation of that every day you will do a 60-minute power yoga class. Have an expectation that you will do something every day, but depending on the day and how you feel, maybe it may vary what you do. Having said that, if you feel like you need to watch Netflix, you can probably fit in 5 minutes of deep breathing or 5 minutes of meditation or stillness before you watch that show on Netflix. So the key is to keep it realistic and small, but to be consistent and do what you feel like you need on that day. Okay, not what other people are doing, not necessarily what you did yesterday, but what you feel like you need on that day. So hopefully this has been helpful. You can check out the Facebook group for other videos on, like if you don't know how to meditate, there's lots of tips on how to meditate, how to use deep breathing to meditate and things like that. And look, send me a message if you've got any questions, but hopefully you find this useful. Thanks, guys.